Look, Tony, look, left-handed.
Yeah, looking at that, no problem.
Well, thanks for coming out fly fishing in Rutland Water with us again. I'm joined with my illustrious friend and colleague, Tony Big Fish Mould. That sun is low in the sky, isn't it? We are getting to that time of year. I might do the odd right-handed one, Tony, just to take the pressure off if I need to. But I don't actually, it's going out alright.
Good, well.
I find I can throw just as much line out. Better casting left-handed than I am right-handed. You should try one of those poly leaders that I use, the tapered ones, because you can get away with, because they taper down.
Yeah.
You can get away with a much shorter leader, and obviously that leads to less tangles as well. This feels like about the right distance out to be to me. I think the trick with casting left-handed is not to try and throw too much out, just comfortable line. Not had one follow this morning.
You might get that smaller putter a little bit more readily, I think, than the bigger one.
You think so?
Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I've been finding I've been getting loads of follows on the little one.
Yeah.
It just seems to have worked for me. And then again, then it comes back to this: is it working because they want it, or is it working because I'm using it, because I'm confident in it? Yeah, that looks better. I like us to kind of come into the weed bed rather than along it. Yeah. I once chatted with some guy in the bar, I can't remember his name, but he was telling me that he once fished dry flies for an entire season just to prove a point. And saying that, I've been fishing dry flies since June. On the bank anyway. I might put a humongous on the floating line. Oh god, yeah, that flat calm. 2 fish in a flat calm, Tony. I was watching it again on the video and I thought, how the hell did we do that? Yeah, bang. Maybe get a bit of, if they're being a bit tentative with you, go with a slightly heavier line and maybe kind of just pull it past their noses a little bit more. That's alright. Oh, fish in front of us. Yeah, right in front of your line. Yep, right in front of your line. I just saw the movement. Rise. I just saw the disturbance on the surface. I think, between now and lunchtime, between now and noon is really, to me, I think is going to be the active feeding time. And then, like I said, it's around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the ones that want a kebab before bedtime. Oh, that's it's on. I've got it. You know the fly it's on? Do you know the one I've only got one left of? Yep, it's that one. It's one of those runners. It's not in yet, Tony. This fish is going to your right. Tony, I'm going to have to go over you. I'm going to put the tension up another notch. This thing's really pulling. Yeah. It's not big, I don't think. I think it's the shallow water, it's just a puller, you know what I mean? Sorry, Tony, there's nothing I can do about this. I've actually got the drag tighter than I think I've ever had it. Yep. It's like Jaws, it's going in the boat. No, it's a rainbow. That's it. That's it. About 4 pound, Tony. Put the rod down gently, because the wife keeps telling me off for clattering the rods down. First one on the popper. Now, I kind of switched off the poppers and went onto the deeper flies, but I've got this belief that once you pop, you can't stop. It's not that huge actually. There we go. Excellent. Right, we'll pop it back in the net and we'll let this one go. It's probably nearer 3, I think, Tony, rather than 4. Yeah, it's near. Still a cracking fish though. Right, I'm going to give this one a wee bit of a swim before it goes back. Ah, it looks alright. That's it. Oh, it's gone. Right, we've motored a long way up the reservoir. The waves are absolutely horrendous out there. So we've gone as far up the north arm as we possibly can just to try and get a bit of shelter. That wind is still not good. I'm going to just fish short lines, I think, Tony. Just fish short lines, let it come back a few feet and then throw it out again. I think it's the only way to manage in these conditions. You can drop me off at the boathouse. You can, I was going to say, anchor the boat in the harbour and fish the harbour.
I think we're going to want my daddy today.
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be a hatch of natural daddies on the water today, somehow. Oh geez, that was a bad one. Oh! I'm trying to cast in that one. That really was throw it up in the air and hope. Oh, that wind is just awful there. I'd no, that was almost impossible to cast there. It kind of feels hairy here, doesn't it? We've not had an offer. Do you want to just like switch the filbert off and go into Barnsdale then? Yeah, let's give it a go. Actually, let's finish this drift into the bank, and then we'll go. Then, because we're, you know, it might be that you've just missed the chance of the big one. Actually, this is the spot where I saw one big fish rise on that last video. Only fish I saw the whole morning in the North Arm. I thought it would have been heaving up here that morning. There was nothing. I was going to say it's heaving up here today, but that's describing the boat and the waves. Well, we're in Barnsdale Bay now. We're just trying to get away from the wind. The wind has got really horrendous today. As we were motoring up, we had to go up to the very top of the North Arm to try and get away from the waves. But even there it was blowing a right hoolie. We've moved into Barnsdale Bay because it's the one spot in the North Arm with this west-northwesterly wind that we can get out of the wind for a little while. Absolutely no idea if there's any fish in here, but it is sheltered and that's what matters at the moment. We're going to fish Barnsdale Bay properly. Again, we don't know if there's any fish in here, but the wind is actually okay here. We can get out of it for a bit, and it means that with this wind direction we can fish the bay properly, cover it really, really well, and if we get a fish we get one. If we don't, at least we've covered the water properly. There seems to be quite a good heady weed in here. I just don't know if there's any fish that have followed it in. I'm kind of in uncharted territory because I don't normally fish in these conditions. I wasn't expecting anything like this wind. And I kind of feel a bit like a fish out of water today. I'm really Hey, it's on. It was absolutely brilliant. I just stopped the fly. And it came into it. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What, is it a brownie? Well, if I say it's a brownie again, it obviously isn't. The wind's playing havoc with the boat. Oh, it's trying to go in the back again. Bloody hell. What's that? Sorry. It's going in the boat. I've got to keep it away from the drogue. That's the other problem I've got now. It's coming round now. I think it is a brownie, Tony. Or a nicely coloured rainbow. But again, the trouble is this water's maybe a little bit deceiving. There's the net. That is a brownie. Oh! Oh! That is going to be one of probably the best take of the year. It just swam all the way up and took. Oh, absolutely beautiful brownie. And probably one of the most visual takes I think I've had this season. Absolutely brilliant. Let's get a nice little picture for the camera. There we go. Beautiful little brownie. Absolutely beautiful little fish. And let's get a really nice release picture of this one. And away. And there's a bit of me just thinks, I've just been the one that's maybe been in the right place at the right time and fluked 2 fish. But I don't really care. It's how it is. It absolutely is. Nah. You just have to fish with what you're given. Yeah. We're not seeing anything on the side. There's nothing coming up in this. Right, so now we are in Barnhill Creek. To be fair, we're going anywhere that we can get some shelter at the moment. And we know there's fish in this area. Tony's proved that. We're both still on the poppers. We're going to probably give this a few goes. And we're actually going to let this drift into the deeper water. Tony quite fancies fishing the big wave. So we'll give it a go. Now, I would expect to get follows in here. I really would expect to get follows in here. And we can actually fish this drift a few times, Tony, because we'll be able to get in quite close to that bank. We're not interfering with the bank angler in any way. For those of you that are watching, I know you might find it difficult to tell the difference between that's Tony's popper and that's a swan. They're both about the same size. Tony, there's people complaining on the banks when they're wading that when your popper comes through the water, it's going up over their waders.
They say that fish follow swans, so
They,
that's what I'm going on.
you're right. Apparently they do.
Yeah.
If the swan's feeding, they do.
More of a signal than the swan though, Mike.
I wouldn't have thought they'd be needing the aerators on today.
No, we didn't.
I thought that was quite odd that they were on that other week.
Yeah, I thought that. So I would turn them off. Not see them here, but
Yeah.
close to see them.
It'll be hard to see them today with this wind. These humungi are doing nothing for me. far they've drifted already. Oh, they're ruddering, I think.
Are they?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
I've lost count of how many spots we've been at today. We're now at Gibbets Gorse, or Gibbets Jorse, or Giblets Jorse. I haven't got a clue what you call this place. But we're here anyway. We're at the place that is unpronounceable. We've not been able to fish all the places we wanted to today because the winds really forced us into places that were fishable under the conditions rather than the places that we really wanted to fish today. I mean, we were forced off Armley a little bit early, but this is one of the spots that I haven't really fished this year that's supposedly good for the weed bed, so we want to give it a go. And we're going to, after here, we're going to go Sailing Club Bay, and then we're done for the day. We kind of have been blown off the water today, which is far from ideal, but there's not a hell of a lot we can do about that. And the weather is what the weather is. Tony, what are you fishing? Are you still on the blobs?
Yeah, grabbing a blob.
Having a blob, right.
Doesn't feel right there.
I'm on the dual poppers as usual.
Doesn't feel right. Too many things have that right.
Yeah. Now this feels like a fishy spot,
Yeah, good.
but that doesn't mean anything.
Today.
I think I did incredibly well, Tony.
Yeah.
It's one of the, I haven't felt like there's going to be a fish on every cast, but both of them were they were like two fish that followed that induced the take. That was what was nice about it.
Yeah. But the reason you've done the wrong thing and not caught either of those.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. You're left to follow, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I don't. I honestly. I don't know what I do. I mean, it's not prescribed,
Yeah.
but I seem to have. I seem to have a knack of
Yeah.
getting them to take. I don't know. Maybe it's just watching them and seeing what you know. Because you can see if they're more aggressive on the stop or the if I do the fast thing and they speed up,
Yeah.
I go even faster. Because I kind of know they're in the hunting mood then. Oh, there's one.
Oh, yeah.
Just as I said it,
Oh, that's good.
that one didn't do it.
No. He's fed up with it.
I sped up.
You just talked about it as well.
I know. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, Tony, that was the one of the falls we've been looking for. Now, sometimes you get one, you get more.
Yes, yes.
But that was definitely a bow wave. Oh! Oh, it's off.
No,
It's off.
it's a good fish. Oh, nice fish. I saw it, rainbow.
Was that?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. What did I just say? If there's one, there's maybe many.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony!
Well, so close there. Good that we're getting something at least. I didn't see the follow though. There's no follow, was there?
No, it just took right at the boat.
Yeah, it did.
There was no indication that was there, just a splash
No.
when I slowed the flies down. Oh man! Well, at least there's a bit of excitement at the end of the video.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That was like 2 and 2 casts. Just as I was talking about having the knack of getting them,
Yeah.
and then I thought, oh, there's often another one. Just I seem to have the ability to the prophecy.
Yeah. caught in the handle.
Right, we'll get another one.
Surely couldn't.
I'm deliberately throwing it like across the wind lane.
That was a good fish, that second one.
Oh, Tony.
About £7 I think that was.
No, stop it. Stop it. Oh,
Maybe 6.5.
oh, don't say that.
Good fish.
Oh,
The big nicer down in front.
it is. I feel like we're fishing it properly,
Yeah.
and I feel that we're fishing that right distance out.
Yeah. You get two casts like that.
Sorry?
You should get two followers and two casts.
I know.
You're getting more.
Like buses, Tony. You wait all day and then two turn up one after the other and you're not ready for them. Well, I don't know. They're just obviously were more curious than feeding. You just do what you can. Some you hook up, some you don't. But I kind of did it because I wanted that visual aspect of the fishing today for filming. So at least we've got something for people to see that there are fish in here later on. But it is weird. 2 and 2 cat, but nothing either side of it.
No. Okay.
Well, thanks for coming out fly fishing on Rutland Water with us today. It's been an incredibly frustrating day. We never got close to fishing the places we really wanted to fish because the wind came up quicker and was a lot stronger than any of us were banking for. And we've just basically been desperate. I don't think I've covered so much water in one day, but it was basically just trying to get to places where you have a chance of fishing with that really incredibly strong wind. So as always, if you like the video, please make sure you hit the like button. And I'd be delighted if you'd subscribe to the channel to see more of my fishy adventures. And it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.
Thanks for watching.